Hi everyone, welcome to Authentic Ingenuity Entrepreneur. My name is Mina Crichton. Today's date is the 5th of June 2025. So I'm the narrator of this video clip and every other video clip to do with my live court case that is currently pending. So my YouTube channel is all about myself because it is about my identity, my entity, my ideas, my intellectual property, life of a person, tangible property, anything about myself, and my existence of me as a human being while alive on earth. So this is also to do with my property rights and also with my court cases that's been going on since 2016. You do the math. Yes, it's been going on illegally for a long time. It is a left behind case after privacy breaches and heaps of unlawful access and unlawful investigations with no warrant or right to do what they're doing. But anyway, this is the result of what I've gone through historically. So I've had recent updates in regards to IPCA cases. I said I'll keep everything in the moment because my case is definitely public interest. Also, I need the audience and for those that are actually watching me. So I'll just continue the usual with an introduction and then I will just go on to the topic that's on my heart today. This is the real me, the most recent photo of me. Obviously, I'm an exploited person, so historically all kinds of breaches have taken place. Now to the point where now my case is clearly a Category 4 case in the Crimes Act and the new age system. So yes, I'm just going with the system. I'm definitely a lockout system. It has been very unsafe for me, no matter how people want to think I'm safe. It's not. As an individual, it's very dangerous. It's scary at times because you just know that you're always in danger and you can't put your guard down. Yeah, things are just not normal anymore. So espionage is definitely involved. There's clear case of privacy invasion, and it is definitely crimes against humanity. As the years go by, everything accumulates, and it's definitely crimes now. We're dealing with corporate crimes historically. All right, guys. My case clearly shows that there's a malfunction of the government system and gross miscarriage of justice has taken place. That is serious wrongdoing. That's what it's called. It's also called serious violent offences. So gross miscarriage of justice is when you've actually exhausted the system and there's a clear evidence that the person is actually a victim of crimes. Okay, so other kind of offences that have taken place is there's been a perversion of the course of justice, impeding rescue, and basically victims are left to defend for themselves, while secret societies or perpetrators continue to use them for money laundering or stealing. All right, so that's where I am at this point of time. This case, the Crown is the offender. For those that don't know who the Crown is, they're the government, the state. Okay, so my case is actually against them, but yeah, we'll just go with it. So definitely dealing with a left behind case. Okay, so my case has been going on for a very long time. And legally by law, I have won everything, so I'm challenging the unlawful strikes written by the judges. But yes, I'm going along with it. But just keep in mind, it is a left behind case. They have the upper hand. So in a lot of sense, but the corruption and the danger is the internal. They're just texting and coding people, and the public are moved by the coding or texting. Right, it's a very serious criminal case, and I can also prove that they're actually cheating in their court cases, and that the unlawful strikes is actually fraud. Right, so I'm dealing with my human rights, my Bill of Rights, and when I was working for my employer, my EEO. Those that don't know what EEO is, it's Equal Equality Opportunity, EEO. I think that's what it is. Sorry, I should have actually confirmed it. But anyway, I think that they've scratched that in some states. But anyway, I'm also dealing with my privacy rights. So basically my liberty is gone. So there's serious violation of my privacy rights, property rights, you name it. They've broken all the laws on me. So we're dealing with motive and intent that is wrong, or evil, or the offence has been committed with the wrong motive and intent, whether it's being disregarded deliberately or being reckless intentionally. We're dealing with intentional crimes. Okay, before I go on to the topic, just an update of the IPCA case, keeping everything in the moment. So do keep in mind that it is a global game. Okay, I won't spend too much time on these posts because I've already described it and trying to keep time down. And I'm definitely animated on an inanimate individual. So I've been used for all types of wrong offences like money laundering, relationship scams, you name it. They've used me like a slave. So the penalty is 20 years imprisonment. Okay guys, and just like the misuse of devices is definitely part of the game, and it's global. So they've basically turned me into a product, and they're actually coding the participants either by branding names or just coding them on TV ads, and they're tipping off the public globally, so these people can actually not know that they're actually being set up. Okay, so basically it's finding out who's the mastermind of the game. Substitutes are used, and then they've got agencies, and obviously the prize is the originals. Okay, so it is the misuse of devices for conspiracy games globally. It's a very serious one, very, very, very serious, because it's also that they're using this also for illegal commonwealth or taking over individuals' personal property, or stealing their assets, or stealing your wife, your children, your husband, or anything like that. Anything is possible. Okay. So yeah, and then in the middle we've got, substitutes animating the originals. So usually when a victim has been used, the profile will clearly reveal hit and run incidents, cyber attacks, bullying. But I'm very efficient. I do know I've got a good memory also, so it's not hard for me to actually prove after the fact these incidents did happen, even though the secret societies are actually committing the crime, and then they're covering up for each other, or leave the crime scene, or leave the country. So it's global espionage, guys, right? They're just coding now, which makes it more scary and dangerous. No one is safe. And these are what the original situation is. Okay, they're locked up. they're exploited victims while other people are using them. Yes, and also this here, I have reason to believe someone's also using this. They have to be, but it's quite serious, and that's something for the government to sort out. Okay guys, so basically these is exactly what I've actually been used for. Debt bondage or serfdom. Okay, these words are not even used anymore, but that is what the evidence clearly show. When somebody is locked down on someone's soul playing Space Invader, the person is actually in huge pain, suffering, while they're trying to go forward, but whoever's behind it is secretly stealing, switching, and just stealing everything. But that is still illegal, and it is definitely 20 years imprisonment. You just need to prove your case. But yeah, so all these here are still active in the Crimes Act. So they've used me for some kind of debt bonding, so that's why they've justified their stealing or using me for money laundering, tax evasion, which is illegal. Okay guys, we're talking about a court case of victims against, or the plaintiff against, the government. Okay, if you look at this picture here, okay, I've put any videos I usually put on is to update people, or sometimes it's just for everyone can see. There are actually messages in this video clip, right? I can tell just by looking at it. Just little things that are signature the game in this video clip, and just the background. So my case is against IPCA, New Zealand Police. So obviously, they don't want to defeat or whatever, that there's biased and prejudiced reasoning behind it. But there are pictures, like some of the pictures I've had to take and put on because there are messages that's actually inciting. This is how they're also doing their coding. As you can see, this guy sitting here, that looks like a cross, right? He looks Asian. He's got a tissue, but I don't know. But these are just signatures, the kind of signatures that they're using, and it's wrong. This here, it's I'm not, I have to expose the game as it is, because that's not fair on anyone. But this is about me, so I'm exposing it as I see it. But look at the video also. There are other things in the videos. Some of the videos I pick up, I know that they know that everyone's starting to wake up what is psychopathic, psychological illusion, inciting, because people do things without even realizing they're breaking the law. But I think once you know the law, I wouldn't be doing it if I were you. Just quickly going back to here, these names actually mean something. Okay, they're linked to the other secret society perpetrators that has either been used by other people, or they don't know they're being used, but they're tipping off the public in their ads. There's an ad on, I was watching TV, it's got these people's 3 names, but this is just an example, okay? And they're just tipping off the public. And I don't know whether they know that they're being tipped off by the public, but somebody is tipping them off so they could be set up for a crime, but they're definitely being used somehow. They're also an alliance, but then they're using different people all the time. Okay, I do know who this person is linked to. He's linked to somebody that is a singer, and Amy Denton Clang or gang. This person's probably linked to, well, there's a mixture of people that I would suggest this person is linked to, but it's definitely linked to the relationship scam. This is linked to my family, but I don't know if he knows that's what they're doing. But this is what the game involves. Okay, they're digging up people's past, or people's and using their family, and they don't even know they're being set up, and it can turn on them at any point of time. But my case has been going on since 2016, or the preacher started in 2008. So there's clear evidence, the same person who masterminded this game has not been caught, or is still continuing. Alright guys, I'm going to update you guys with IPCA. Okay, I know that council, they've finally got a council now for Independent Police Code of Conduct. The judge at this point of time is Associate Judge Sussex. Okay, so this here is the council's response. Alright, I won't go through it because I've already put this up on one of the clips. So I have responded to her. Okay, this is my memo. I've responded to the council for IPCA. Okay, what I have not found fair is that I have been representing myself and I have not been able to take anyone with me to my court cases. They've basically made me do everything by myself, and this is what's happened. My family don't know the truth. But this is the truth, okay? So I've actually responded to this, and the judge has actually given a direction after I responded to this, okay? So this is my memo. I'll let you all read it, okay? So the Crown has one chance whether to do the right thing and settle, or follow everybody else and end up in the criminal jurisdiction, because it's definitely a criminal case. Okay, it shouldn't even be in civil, it's a criminal case, everyone. So this is my response. I'll let you all guys read it. And it's only fair that I do this so I can get a fair hearing, and for protection, and for everyone else to watch out and look out for themselves, because this is a very serious predicament for everybody. Okay, quite clearly they're making bias and prejudice decisions. Okay, this is why unlawful strikes are taking place. And the downfall and the very scary thing about it is my discovery of the Crown inciting secretly, publicly, and coding. That is very wrong, okay? But this explains my set of circumstances of hostile alliances in my space, committing serious crimes on behalf of whoever is doing that's actually initiating a hostile alliance, warlike crimes, conspiracy by secret societies, tipping off their people, and then they secretly attack the victims without victims even knowing it. You ring the police, you go through the system, and everything's declined. It is because of that. So the unlawful strikes are definitely biased and prejudiced, which is very wrong. Okay, so the judge made an order, and she sent it out yesterday after council had actually responded. So I'm getting a phone call, but I'm not answering because I'm busy right in the middle of this. So what's happened is the council's 25 days to actually put in a statement of defence according to law, according to the court rules and protocols, would have been yesterday. Okay, so they sent me an email of acknowledgement of my statement, of my memo in response to hers yesterday. I've noted it on my calendar. Okay, so the other thing I'm finding very frustrating is that I know that they're having access into everything that I'm doing everywhere. That's how they know what to do, what's their next move. That is cheating. That is unfair. That's just evil. But that is not good. Okay, that's cheating. So the 25 working days after being served, or the 25 days after being served for a self-defence actually finished yesterday. So the Crown responded to me, just an acknowledgement of the memo. I thought, okay, well, that means they're not going to contest it. Okay, so this actually, obviously that email went before the judge, and the judge has made a minute decision. Only released yesterday. I am not sharing this load to myself. Okay, I am not going to carry this load, this crap, to myself. Okay, what they are doing is wrong. It's an abuse of the court system, and it's personally victimizing a victim. It's illegal. It's quite clear they don't like me, but that doesn't even come into it. Okay, it's a criminal case, so I'm going to keep it public. I will read you what, I won't read it, I'll just go through. The judge has made a decision for us. It's going to go to a hearing. Okay, so there's a hearing date coming up for this. Right? Because I just need to watch on social media and they're tipping everybody off about my court case. That is not fair. That is not fair. I don't care. I mean, yesterday went out, they were in my space making threats to execute somebody. You're a coward. Okay. So here we go. This is my response to that, and then the judge has actually made a response to that. She gave several minutes. Okay, so obviously my case is, it involves the public, involves the government making decisions whether to grant it or not to grant it. I mean, if they're doing that to everybody, that's just inhumane. It's inhumane. You're exploiting a person, and like innocent at that too. Okay, because they're all making decisions over gossip, their own innuendo, whatever they think, but it's all about the money and their reputation. That's what I'm up against, and that's not fair. So I did put a memo in. This is my memo in response to the judge's memo. Okay, it's my life, guys. No one owns it. My family doesn't own it. Nobody owns it. It's my life, so I can do whatever I want, and I'm tired of everyone interfering in my business. So this is my memo, guys. I'll let you all read it. Okay. I've also asked the judge to release. Here it is. I've acknowledged in the memo all the minutes that's been in regards to IPCA. Okay, IPCA, they have actually perverted the course of justice and impede rescue, and this is going back with the protected disclosure. There is no way they can challenge it. Okay, so I've actually asked the judge to release again the transcript. Right, and I've also let them know, because all you all know I've just moved. I've also let them know that I wasn't available to answer anything till the 23rd of June, but that's okay. I'm settling in and I'm responding to everything and being efficient. But I have to do this because I'm feeling like I'm wasting my time. They're just stealing everything. Okay? So I'll put this up. This is the latest response. But it's good. It gives me a direction or where to go or what to do. It also means that the IPCA has one choice: settle or do what everyone else is doing and then get charged for criminal charges just like everybody else. Because it's a criminal case, it is not a civil case. Right? And you're dealing with somebody's liberty. They are purposely making me suffer. They know I'm suffering, and then they're mocking me in the middle, like in between, secretly. It's a suicidal pack. Okay, so we're dealing with a home invasion case, embezzlement, tax evasion. Also, I'm dealing with a lot of people from government in the past who've actually probably in prison for stealing and using me while I was working for my employer, but they haven't told me, or, you know, stuff like that. Okay, so there's a lot of under the surface evidence that they don't want to be exposed, but it does have everything to do with me. Okay, and some of these people, they're using their family, their friends, their relations, and then and I'm being chucked out, or what do you call it? Like, I feel like I've been thrown in the lion's den to try and defend myself. But they definitely, dug up my past because they want to see if I'm good enough to be whatever it is they're talking about, obviously, and that's why they've animated me with somebody else and diverting everything, but they're actually stealing somebody's life. That's illegal in any generation, and it is definitely home invasion. And it's definitely this. So that gives me a mindset, or, to decide where to go with my case. I'm doing this because I have to, and keeping everything in the moment. All right, so I'm just going to go with it, but IPCA has no evidence. They could never ever contest it. But I'm not doing this court case secretly. I'm going to keep it global. And they know I'll do this. But they are threatening to execute people. Just hold on a moment. I took a video clip. I've put it on, and I haven't made this one public. Yesterday went walking around and I took a video clip of them. Okay.
Another day.
Okay, I'll start right there. See this van here? It's got the word execute on it. There's another. Hang on. That's a threat. Okay, I take that as a threat. There's another one, there's another van that's, they're letting me know they've got the advantage. That is a threat, right? So we'll go back to the laws. Okay, so that guy who received my protected disclosure in 2010, or woman, I don't know, but she perverted, or he impede rescued, which is 10 years imprisonment, and that is what IPCA will be charged for legally. Okay, because of them, they didn't even investigate the car accident, and they didn't even investigate the workplace bullying. They said it wasn't their job. And I know they're not lawyers when they receive these things, but it is their job to know the law, and to, they're not getting paid free money to pervert the course of justice or, impede rescue. But that is the price you pay if you guys break the law. It is 10 years imprisonment. But because of the seriousness, he could be in prison, this person be in prison for over 20 years or more. Okay? There's sufficient evidence to prove that everything I said is true. And because there's a lot of life, a lot of, invasion in my private life, unfortunately, IPCA and New Zealand Police are 100% legally in the wrong. Right, guys, so with that video clip I just showed you, what those people are doing, it's called emotional blackmail. Okay, that's illegal. That's 14 years imprisonment. They're threatening me if I do, their threats are real. I've watched them make threats, and then I've watched people get killed. Okay, but that is serious. It's called emotional blackmail. Blackmail means different things. Like people can get set up and then they're blackmail. That's blackmail. But coming from a victim's point of view, organised crime is equivalent indirect, whether it's direct or indirect. It's emotional blackmail. When they make these threats, they're going to kill somebody. That's serious. That is serious, and the police are supposed to act on it immediately. It's not something you play around with, not put people on hold. That's what they've done to me. Put me on hold or tell me to go online and put my complaint. It's just ridiculous. But in between all that, they are making their threats. Some people has been gangs, okay? Global game. A global game. Okay, so it's 14 years, here it is, punishment of blackmail. That's 14 years imprisonment. Okay, so how can they find out whether that person is part of an organised crime? Easy. Those that investigate are quite intelligent. The old school people are intelligent. They know how. Okay, it's easy. Okay, I'm actually looking at the Crimes Act. They've actually deleted a lot of things to cater for the system. Alright, they're actually watering down serious crimes. Okay, some people are committing some pretty serious offences, but they're just watering it down or making it not seem like it's important or anything, but it's actually quite serious. Just trying to look for. And what I find more annoying is that I know they've used my family. They're using people's immediate family and friends. They don't even know the seriousness of what I've gone through, but they've got nothing to do with this. This is my court case between me and the Crown, or me and the courts and the opposing allies. It's my right to do what I'm doing. There you go. So wounding with intent is also comes into this because, if they've made me suffer. The car accident that took place, the guy maimed me. All right, the car accident, he should have been charged with careless driving. I got a neck injury. I was on ACC and IPCA, and New Zealand Police did not even investigate. They let the guy go. They've deleted some of the information, but it's not hard for me to still summons everybody to court for a big criminal case. Okay. The car accident was actually a hit, meaning somebody intentionally did that. I had several car accidents that I had suspicion of it, that I believe that wasn't an accident, but it wasn't, an accident, but it wasn't an accident. I felt that they deliberately hit me so I could be disfigured. So there's medical evidence to prove that took place. All that too was an exhibit for the New Zealand Police hearing. Okay, so there you go. Okay, guys. I just realized I had my video off, so I think I might have missed some of this, but I'll just go through the laws again. We've dealt with emotional, so this is the actual okay, so IPCA, I've already notified, I already told them that in my memo. I know I haven't put much of my documents up, but I did with this one. But yeah, it gives me, I know where I'm going with this. So unfortunately, all the government agencies involving my case have all conspired to defeat the course of justice. So when they decline something and it's actually true, And then if it can be proven that what the incident is true and the courts or the police refuse to investigate or do, use the proper processes legally by law to do what they're supposed to do, so then victims can protect themselves or protect their property, then this falls under conspiring to defeat justice. So there's obstruction and prevent or defeat. Okay. This is inside or outside New Zealand. So anyone linked outside of New Zealand can also be charged for conspiracy crimes. Okay? Doesn't matter who you are, rich or famous, billionaire, millionaire, poor, whatever. All the laws apply to everyone. Okay, so wounding with intent is definitely a charge for every single body corporate. Okay, I'm not threatening anyone. I'm basically just stating a fact. Even if I don't make it, be assured a competent criminal barrister or somebody else will take over this case and prosecute everyone. Be assured about that one. But I feel I'm supposed to be doing it myself to show everyone how to do things themselves and to read their circumstances differently. But the wounding with intent, the emotional torment, the emotional hell, like the pain and suffering that goes with the interference, okay, by the relationship scam and these men and women grooming other men and women in my space to hurt me. They're forcing themselves in my space psychologically, mentally, and it's called influencing the mind. That too is a crime. Okay, and if a person commits suicide because of something like that, that's a crime too. So you'll become part of the crime scene. That's how it works. Alright guys, I'm going to finish up now. I'll keep you guys informed. There's definitely a hearing set down, but we'll see. Anything can change. But yeah, it just gives me where to go with my court cases. It's a learning process, and yeah, so I hope you can get something out of it, how to protect yourselves and your families.